Happy New Year, Garage fam. We are back. It is Garage Talk. Me, Garage Guy Chase. I'm joined, as always, with Dale Tanhardt. And today's special guest on Garage Talk is a man that likes to get them pots whipping in the kitchen. He also likes to get them cars whipping on racetracks. It is Anthony Alfredo, our good friend, recurring guest. Anthony, it's been some time. We're glad to see you. We're glad to have you back. That's a nice, beautiful white wall that you have behind you there with some blinds.
Yeah, we definitely need to hang something up here. We need I need a new photo of us, when we were doing our little pasta deal at the track. And I opened my jacket up and whipped one out for you. So maybe get a nice new photo of that this year to put right here.
We'll smuggle some pasta to Daytona for sure.
Yeah, that's a Garage Guys NFT now. So we're gonna make sure that we create a new one. But yeah, I mean, it's very fitting for you as an underground pasta dealer to be in a very bland room. So we'll give you that. But I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to have you. I always think good thoughts when I see you, and there's been a lot of good thoughts for you this season, or this off season. You just got engaged. Congratulations. Dale clap. He's engaged. He's an engaged man. I'm a married man myself. So I love that. Just how did that go? Talk us through. I saw the video. I know a lot of people did. She looked so super excited. Where were you guys at, and how was that weekend?
Oh, it was awesome. We both went to our respective families for Christmas. So when we got back, I had it all planned for a while. I wanted to go to South Mountain State Park here in North Carolina, and there's like a big waterfall, and this time of year it's awesome, like kind of half frozen and all this stuff. So I proposed to her right there, which I was hoping there wouldn't be many people up there and I could just like lean my phone on something, but like we were the first up there. And as soon as we got up there, like this couple came up and they walked right to the edge. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait till they leave. Well, next thing I know, like another couple comes, then like a family of 15 comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, bro, I cannot get a break. Like, I'm just going to have to do it. Cause she's like, why are we still standing here? Like, why don't we keep hiking? I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I need a break. My legs are smoked right now. So finally, this one lady, Emily, offered to take a picture of her and her friend. And then they're like, you want a picture? And I was like, oh yeah, perfect. So I gave her my phone, but I put it on video. So Emily thought we were taking a picture. And then I got down one knee and asked a big question. So I was super nervous. She said, yes, of course. I was excited about that, but it's stressful, man. I mean, it's easier in the winter because you got the coats on, but like any other time of year, I don't know how you're supposed to propose because the box for these rings are way too big. Like, you think they would make it discreet. The thing's this big. Why is it in a box? Like, so bulky. I'm like so paranoid the whole time she's going to see my pocket bulging and be like, oh, what's in your pocket or something? So I'm like hiking up this mountain with my hands in my pocket the whole time, trying not to like look suspicious at all, which I probably looked more suspicious doing that.
Yeah, it's like, what are you carrying around in there? Like, what's in your pocket? What if she'd have asked you that? What would you have done? What was your backup plan for that? What's in your pocket?
Oh, all my pasta. I mean, I'm always stashed with,
Okay, all right. I see what you did.
Love that answer. Hey, all right. What we know your heart rate gets pretty high on the race car. Well, compare the heart rate to that moment as it happened to at Daytona this February.
I could probably actually look on my Polar Flow app. Shout out Polar on my watch. I was tracking the hike, but I will say, I mean, it was up there. If I could even, let's see, here it is.
Big track data here.
Max heart rate was 138 beats per minute. And judging by this whole graph from the entire hike, that was right about that time we were chilling there and I was ready to ask the question. So
what is the average heart rate in a race car?
My average heart rate is almost exactly that. So like my average for this, that the max of was 138, which is probably right when I proposed. But in the race car, I usually average around like between 130, 140, or 100. I just call it 120, 140. It depends on the track and how much time you have to relax or how intense the racing is. But obviously with training, you can kind of learn how to control that and keep the peaks a little bit lower when you do have a spike, bring it back down. Cause that's like the hardest thing. Once you start get your heart racing, it's hard to cool back down. But it's all circumstantial. I mean, the other thing is when you're racing, when you really get dialed in and focused, you're kind of in a subconscious state. So you don't get as amped up as you usually think you do. It's usually like after something happens. It's not in that moment. You're just kind of in this steady state of like totally dialed in.
That's still
flow.
amazing, though.
That's the flow.
The level of intensity in that moment is almost equivalent to just a basic moment behind the wheel of a race car. So congratulations. That's a high pressure clutch time situation. Love that.
That's good data to have. So I'm going to put that down in the data book. Marriage proposal equal to racing at Daytona. I'm going to save that one. So these are some things that I wanted to talk to you about. Now that you are an engaged man, you have a fiance. I'm a married man. I've been married now. Me and my wife's anniversary will be on the 9th of this month. It'll be 8 years that I've been married, which is crazy. It makes me feel like an old man, big time. So have you two like lived together, spent a lot of time together? This is something that has been reoccurring. You're not just like getting married, moving in right away, correct?
No, we actually February will have met actually this month. Actually, I think the first week of January we met 5 years ago, and like we started dating a little over a month after that in February. So we've been like seriously together for 5 years now, pretty much.
Okay.
And she's lived with me. We've lived together for 2 now, which that all kind of started with like COVID. Like we couldn't even go anywhere anyways, but she started traveling with me to races and stuff like that and helping me out with stuff. So that's nothing new. Like everything's kind of the same as that side of things go, fortunately. So we're just making it official and excited for whatever comes next in the future.
That's good to hear. I had a good friend of mine just got married. They never lived together at all. They moved in. Things are going great thus far. However, as an 8-year veteran of marriage, I did want to give you some tips because things will change once the ring goes on the finger. It's a guarantee. Just a couple of things you can do to keep your wife happy. Wash forks. If you use forks a lot at the house, just wash the forks. You don't have to wash all of the dishes. Make sure there are forks always on deck. You want to make sure, and spoons for ice cream for the most part. Number 2, shoes off at the door. Okay. I don't know if that's already a rule in your house. If you do that, it will show her that you care about floors. And that's always an important thing in marriage. You want to keep good, clean floors. Floors are foundation, that equals to other things. And then the third tip that I had, obviously, is you don't have a problem with this one. Cook her food at least once a month. So, since you are a world-renowned pasta dealer and maybe pro-am chef of pasta cooking, you have that one in the bag. So that's just some tips for marriage from a marriage veteran of life. Just wanted to give you
Thank
those.
you. That's super helpful. I'll definitely put those to use.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see you write them down, but I'll pretend like you took them.
It's 3 main points, man. Easy to remember. I got a good memory.
Okay. All right.
I'll be sure to listen to those 2 whenever my time arises in the next God knows when. This is the closest thing I have to a marriage right here. Me and my iRacing Dale goggles.
Dale
Anthony,
Vision.
do you wear these? Anything like this when you're behind the wheel of a not the race car in real life, but the sim rig, the iRacing sim rig?
I can't say I do, but I'm definitely missing some style points without them.
You would be a lot. I know you're a great iRacer, but I think you would be even better if
you're probably right.
Like this.
Are those blue light?
No, they're from like 1953 at the latest.
They're
I'm
gray
not
light.
even joking. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's more like a greenish tint I'm looking through, but that brings
polarized.
me into the next topic here. Monday Night Racing, which I got to make my debut this past week, was super fun. I love everything they got going on with that whole program. You're like a Monday Night Racing regular, and we missed you on Monday. We got to know what happened.
Were you afraid that Dale was racing? You didn't want to be there?
Not gonna lie, I saw those goggles and I was like, I'm about to get a whooping tonight.
That's
so
usually
I
how it
backed
goes.
out and shut everything down for the evening. But no, I've had severe issues with iRacing connection lately. It's not my internet because I finally had a technician come out here and work on it today and everything was normal. If anything, he actually boosted things and made it better, but I cannot connect to a server, and I'm working with iRacing support to get it figured out, but it's been a bummer because I haven't been able to sim race in a while. I got this badass SimSeeds driving simulator I'm staring at every day, and I can't even freaking get on it to turn a lap. It sucks, but
Can we see
we'll
it?
get it figured out here shortly.
Can we see that? Can you, I don't know what you're
not
using
from
to
here,
film
no,
right
because
now.
I'm in my office / bedroom. But
Oh, that's okay. That makes sense. I thought
I
you were
do
sitting in
have
it right now.
this though. So quick. So anyone looking to get into iRacing, okay, you want to know how easy it is. Like, I do have a full cockpit rig, but I'm at my desk right here in my office. You need to get yourself one of these puppies. Logitech Pro True Force wheelbase.
How much
so
is that
I've literally got the wheelbase like right here mounted to the desk. They're new wheels on a quick release. So I clip this puppy on like that. I've got my pedals below my desk, so I could literally just turn and race at my desk.
See, I've got the.
There you go.
This is the G920. G920, yeah.
Yep.
This is like the base. How much is that one? Because I'm thinking about getting a new one because I've had some issues with this like clamping kind of thing right here.
Yeah.
But that one looks way more efficient because it looks like you can take
this
the
is
wheel
like a
off of the
direct
clamp.
drive. So this is a major upgrade from that. But I think the wheelbase is like around 900 to 1,000, and the pedals are another like 350. But if you use code Alfredo Pro, you can save, I think, 5% on the wheelbase and pedal set and 10% on all other Logitech products.
Oh,
so
love that. Okay.
you do that.
If you're looking for the upgrade, Mr. Anthony Alfredo has the hookup, and I might take it up at some point in 2023.
I'm gonna get the code. Y'all were showing wheels. This is a Nintendo Switch adapter. I just ran.
That counts. It counts as something.
Yeah. I wanted to be included, so I got this.
I want to see you try to iRace with that.
I would love to, actually, if I could. I've only iRaced once. Dale let me do it for like 5 minutes, and he told me to get off of his computer because I wrecked the wall.
I love watching people try it for the first time. It is funny.
Everyone gets on it and they think it's like just any other like casual arcade game or video game. They could just pick up a controller and play, but it's a simulation, not a game. Like, it takes a lot of focus and effort and practice.
Yeah, it takes so much time to get good at. That's the hardest part for me, is just like putting in the time to get better.
Yeah, and you've gotten good at one thing though.
What's that?
Getting revenge. People?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, you've seen those. Yeah,
his take the time videos are honestly like I wasn't big into iRacing at all, and then meeting him, working with him, seeing him do what he does. Those videos had me dead. Just being on the outside of all.
You got Max Verstappen with it.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy. We're like 99% we confirmed that was him. Of course,
it's likely. I mean, he ran a lot of C-Fix that week on his, like, according to the iRacing companion app, his real account. He ran a bunch of those races. Whether if it was him, I mean, it should have been him. I'd assume so.
Well, yeah, I saw it because someone tweeted about it. What was her? I tagged you in it on Twitter.
Oh, Alanis King did.
Yeah. She was talking about Max racing trucks.
Yeah, she had the screenshot of the C-Fix races, and I was in both of those races with him when you showed me that screenshot on Twitter. But I saw some people saying that he races under, like, and in the video I posted and some of the comments I got on like TikTok and stuff, some people were saying he races under like a different account name, like his dad's or his brother's account name. But I'm pretty sure it was him. And I didn't know if you had any intel on that.
That's possible, but it's also likely that he does that for like road racing and other stuff he's like competitive in, because like not being toxic by any means, not because like it'd be like me being a pro road racer in iRacing. Like, I'm not, right? But like his oval like iRating and all that is super low if that's his real account. But it's possible because he competitively runs like, you know, the 24 and all that stuff in Top Split in road. So he might do that on a different account. I don't know. But I mean, who knows? It could be.
I hope it was because that's something that people like really overlook when it happens. Like, if that's him, you just raced and that's what's so cool about iRacing. You just raced with the Formula One back-to-back world champion, which is as much flack as I give Formula One. If that's actually him, and I think it was, that is amazing. And like, I'll never forget that, and that's what's so cool about iRacing is you can race with Anthony Alfredo. I've raced with Dale Jr. before, and you can just run into professional drivers like yourself in public lobbies at any time, any place. So I always encourage people to get on iRacing, and I know you do the same.
I love all the aspects of it. I've just fully understood that unless I am given all of that equipment and I have someone gives me all of the money to buy all that stuff, I would rather be a hype man / support man for iRacing, like I am with Dale. I'm Dale's hype man. I'm all on board with him. I want to be the crew chief that I don't want to be a spotter. I just want to be there for moral support.
Respect.
Yeah. So you call me and that's my job in iRacing or singing the national anthem in Monday Night Racing, which they tweeted at me and they said that we need to talk. So I'm hoping that I get to sing the national anthem for Monday Night Racing moving forward.
Oh, I can't miss that one. I got to be there.
Mm-hmm. I want to be CGI'd into the track though. I want to be on a green screen and I want them I want to be like Godzilla in the middle of the track singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're actually 100 feet tall in the sim, that would be amazing. Actually, yeah, it'd be like a Star Wars. It'd be like a Star Wars hologram of the Emperor,
Mm-hmm. But have Tupac there, hologram with me. We could go all out. Honestly, there's no telling what the universe could hold for us inside of the iRacing universe. So I'm ready. Just know that. I know you know people, so yeah, we'll make it happen. But iRacing aside, getting into Xfinity Series, our motorsports, your racing season is yet to begin for 2023. Obviously, I know in 2022 you had some good moments. Got to see you at Las Vegas. Fear and Loathing and all that acid trip video that we made, which was fun. You may not understand it. It's okay. So this year, I really just want to know, we're always rooting for you. You're our guy. I love everything about you and what you do. What are some goals, if any? Everybody makes New Year's resolutions. So what are your New Year's goals for 2023 for this season? Maybe just one or two things you can think of what you want to bring to the series and to your personal game in racing this year.
All right. So in racing or on track, number one is win a race, because we came darn close a few times last year and had some issues at a lot of tracks that we were running really well at. My hometown race, which I guess it's a tie between New Hampshire and Dover. They're both exactly the same distance. And actually Pocono is actually probably the closest, but New Hampshire, I was leading. We saved a set of tires, so I restarted up front. And that strategy, the only other driver in the field on that strategy actually finished second. We were ahead of them. So I think we might have had a shot at the win. But that week, while in the lead on that restart, I broke a track bar mount. So it was just every time things were going well, it wasn't meant to be. Daytona, I don't know if you guys were down there for the second race. I think you were, because I told you boys, I said, coming to the white flag, I'm going to be leading the top lane. You watch. And coming to the white flag, I was leading the top lane and still got wrecked. So much for
it though.
Yeah, everyone's oh, if you're leading, you're ahead of it. No, because the guy underneath you can get hooked and destroy you.
Yeah.
So
Daniel Hemrick, I remember that wreck. I think it
just hasn't been meant to be yet, but we put ourselves in position. I think the biggest thing is we constantly over delivered, and outperformed our equipment. So there's 12 or 13 Cup affiliated Xfinity teams, or Xfinity cars on track with Cup alliances or more. So to any time you can run better than 13th or 14th, you really shouldn't on paper be better than that. Obviously with some attrition, you can get some top 10s, top 12s, but there was weeks we straight up had that speed. So I would say this year, that's my goal, is to continue to over deliver and show people that, I could do a lot with a little as far as equipment goes. So I think in the right scenario, I could go out there and win a lot of races and compete for a championship. So winning a race, no matter the situation I'm in would be that. And the other would just be to make the playoffs, which winning a race would obviously take care of that. But this year we would have, if we didn't have some of those freak mechanical issues and stuff like that happen. But we are still top 15 in points. And like I said, it's honestly hard to ask for any more than that with what we had. So proud of that for sure.
Now, have you announced your 2023 plans yet? I didn't know if you had still up in the air. Give everybody an update.
Finalizing a couple things, hoping to have an announcement here soon, but hoping to be back full time in Xfinity and see what other kind of racing we could do. But yeah, this year I felt like this year was kind of a redemption year for my rookie Cup Series season. I think I made up for a lot there and improved in a lot of ways too. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I could build on this to be even better next year in a lot of ways for sure.
Yeah, it's funny at Daytona. I think we had talked briefly pre-race. I got to take all my friends, like my hometown friends who had never been to a NASCAR race, to their first race. And we had all bet on you to win too, and for like a top 3 and for a top 5. And I remember you were leading, and then all mayhem went loose the last 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, only like 6 or 7 cars finished that race.
It was insane. But yeah, you were killing it that entire race. And I'm surprised you didn't mention Fontana earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's probably the worst. That one stings the most. Like those other ones, things went wrong, but in that one, it was the perfect scenario, but it was ruined with a red flag. Literally, Pat Tryson, big brain strategy, his expert and veteran experience to save a set of tires, which we did a lot of races after that, and it never really worked out again like it did there. But ironically, the first time we tried it worked, and all the other times it didn't. But it's just worth the risk with where we're running. I mean, if you're going to be 15th or something like that, and you could save a set of tires and catch a late caution and be the only guy on fresh tires, you can get a top 10, top 5, maybe win a race. And if you don't catch a caution, okay, you finish 20th, and like the risk of losing 5 spots is totally worth the gain, the potential gain of, all 10 or more spots, or winning. So anyways, we did that a lot in Auto Club. It fell into place perfectly. I put those tires on. It was like Superman. I'd drive from 32nd or wherever to the freaking top 5 in like a lap and a half. And then the caution came out, had a restart, went for the lead, and then that wreck happened with that huge cleanup they had. So there was like a 30-minute red flag, and I lost my tire advantage because everybody's tires cooled off. And so many people are like, oh, you lost a race and you had fresh tires. And it's like, if they realized how down that is, like Michigan, Auto Club, Pocono, those places, if you're down on aero or like and like straight speed, you're out to lunch. And we were getting beat so bad on a straight. Like if you go back and watch that, even when we went back green after the restart, like there was 30-minute red flag. Everyone's tires cooled down, but obviously like I still had a little bit more tread left and stuff like that. So I went to the corner, eat everybody up because I'm on fresh tires. As soon as we get on the straightaway, it's like like zinging by me. Like I was in the way just because we didn't have the speed we needed, the raw speed. We got better as the year went, but like in general, that's kind of just what you struggle with as a small team. No sim time, no wind tunnel time, all these things all these, little things that add up to such big gains. And at a track like that, that's probably like the red flag definitely cost us the win, but that did not help because I feel like we still should have been able to have a shot, and we were just hanging on because we just did not have that raw speed or raw pace we needed. We were really like a 17th or 18th place car. So a top 5 still ended up better than it should have been, way better. But obviously I felt like that was looking like it was meant to be and the stars were aligning, and then it just kind of lost out.
But like you said, man, like for what the team is and for what you have and for not having a lot of the resources that these other guys have, you did pretty fucking excellent. I mean, let's be real. I mean, and so seeing that and that continued work ethic that you've put in, like really in my mind separates and shows like the potential that's there and what you guys can do. And it's like, we had Raja on not long ago, and he said something to me that I found just amazing, because it's kind of like the mentality aspect of it all, right? Like it's like 90% mental, and so he was like, I'm going to win every race. Like that's how his head works. And it's like when you get to a point to where like disappointment doesn't bother you and you keep moving and rolling, like you start seeing that stack up, dude. And so it's like, I feel like you have that capability, and the talks that we've had and the races and the grit that you've showed at the track and on the track, like it's a no-brainer to me that the win's coming. You know what I mean? And so it's going to make things even better going into this year, and it's going to be even sweeter because of just how the year started for you, and now how things are going to just kind of come to fruition the way that they need to. So, we got your back, and we support you, and that we ready to see you whip up something in victory lane. So
I have to add, we always do this thing seems like every time a driver either gets married or has a kid, they win a race, and you got the engagement part in. So we're going to count that as every time a driver gets married or about to get married, engaged, we'll say engaged. Every time a driver gets engaged, a win's coming.
That's me checking.
All right, I like the way that sounds.
Yeah,
we're cooking up a dub here in advance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it only works if you believe
good juju.
You have to believe it, and we'll believe.
Well, I think a big thing, like too, one thing that I've learned the last couple of years is, I think we talked about this last year probably, is weighing out the circumstances, right? Like I never settle, like ever. I'm always striving for more, and even when things are going well, I want more. And I don't want to say like I'm never happy. I'm definitely, when we have success, I'm glad for it, but it's because of a lot of hard work and focus and determination and a lot of grit, especially in these small team scenarios, because you need to weigh out the circumstances and really look at the card you're dealt, right? Like a win for our team, there's definitely tracks that we could straight up win at, like have the pace, a super speedway, maybe road course even, but at the intermediate short track, we could run top 10, but I'd say intermediates are our biggest weakness. That's where like everything adds up, mechanical advantages, aerodynamics, like motor, everything. So you need all those pieces of the puzzle. And some days when you look on paper, if our team is, our three cars, we're usually 18th, 19th, and 20th, like in a line on speed. And my group, like we constantly over delivered and ended up top 15 in points, which was huge. So that is a win. Like obviously we went into every race, like we're going to win, but sometimes what we mean by win might be, a top 10 is a win or a top 5 is a win. Like you're always expecting more than that and you want to actually win, but like there's a lot of teams and cars out there we should not beat. And I'm not saying we don't try to, obviously we do, because it is a win for us to beat them and it feels really good and it keeps us motivated, but you just got to weigh out, you'll be extremely just totally beat down and depressed if you're driving a 25th place car and you expect to win every week and then you get down on yourself because you're not, but you really need to take a step back and look at the big picture and go, oh, I'm in, that we ran top 25 and we're a 30th place team, or we ran top 15 and we're a 20th place team, whatever it is. So I think learning how to kind of change my perspective and appreciate those things is different. Like I've been in cars that are capable of winning and you expect nothing shy of a win, but then then you're in a different situation and you need to say, oh, a top 10 is a win for us. Like how much it really couldn't get any better than that. So it's hard because you feel like you're settling in a way, but you're really not. I mean, that's still that's still exceeding expectations and over delivering. Depending on the situation, of course.
It's all perception. And that's the thing, is that mindset you're talking about, I feel like puts you in the situations to where you get the opportunities to get the wins, because you can't really tap into what's going to happen or the unknown. That's one thing. We can look at all the data that we want to at the end of the day, but what's stopping, someone from making a driver error and getting themselves out of the way, and then that puts you in a position here. So there's so many different factors into it that it's the endless possibilities. So That's what I love to hear, is just the perspective change. Like that's the thing that matters at the end of the day, is how you project and what you see and how you feel about it. And that's what's going to bring the good to it.
And you never give up. Like we've all seen crazy races where some, I for lack of a better word, random guy in the field wins a race because of circumstances. Like just, there's races that we were running 15th, 16th all day long and like stayed on the lead lap and had a set of tires laid and boom, you're back in the ball game or whatever it may be. But you can never give up because it's, you're running second, half a track behind the leader and he runs out of fuel or, whatever. You never know how it can come. It could be the craziest of scenarios. So that kind of keeps you pushing throughout a race. But I also think it, is just important to have that perspective, because it, like, all that hard work and all those things make those good days a lot sweeter. But I think when you're having good days and they go wrong, it makes it a whole lot more bitter, just because we had this talk before too, where anyone in like top tier equipment, they have a shot to win every week. So we always found like it wasn't really a coincidence. When we were running well, we usually got caught up in, a wreck or something. Like Phoenix had in the year, we were running in the top 10 and got caught up in that huge wreck. And it's like, okay, we just wrecked with a Gibbs car, a Haas car, a JRM car, and I think like an RCR car. It's like, that really sucks because we were having a really good day, and if we avoided that's that many more spots we would have gained. But at the same time, like, we wrecked with the best of them. Like we were in the mix. So it's aggravating when that happens, but that's what happens, is those guys, they have a shot to win every week. So they're super aggressive, because if they wreck, it doesn't matter. They just have a chance the next week. Whereas we literally have to take a step back and go, these are the tracks we could straight up win at, and those are the ones we have to capitalize. So like a Daytona, when you're leading and, that's one of a handful of, legitimate shots or chances you have throughout the year. It's hard to swallow when it goes wrong. But when you lay in bed at night and know you did everything in your control or everything in your power to the best of your ability, that's the only thing you can do. So that kind of helps you sleep at night.
This is my last thing I want to say about it. For Daytona, for extra energy, and I text you this, we got to get Fred Durst with Dude Wipes to Daytona for Limp Bizkit. All right, that man's never been to a NASCAR race in his life.
How has he never been to one? He's never performed.
I don't
that
think
is
so.
Surprising.
I don't know, but I saw him do the Dude Wipes commercial, and I'm like,
I know.
Look,
yeah, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, it's a must.
Pre-race concert, that'll get you pumped up.
I move in, I move out, hands up, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Big Limp Bizkit kid. That was me. So that's all I got to say. Dude Wipes, Limp Bizkit, Anthony Alfredo, Daytona.
I like it.
All right.
I wanted to, it's exciting to hear your perspective and where your mind's at and all this, because the Xfinity Series, especially the Xfinity Series, allows for these kind of strategies and these moments to happen. I feel like more than either the Cup Series or the Truck Series, which makes that really cool. And we're excited to see you back on track and hear about your plans in 2023. I wanted to shift gears here to Ken Block passing away, who is a monumental figure in motorsports. And I saw you had tweeted about him. So I want to know your thoughts and what Ken Block meant to you. Guessing it meant similar. He meant similarly to you as he meant to a lot of other people who grew up loving motorsports and all the content that he created.
Yeah, he actually inspired me in a lot of ways. That was devastating news. I'm praying for his family and all his friends, because I always looked up to him as did a lot of people, just as an influencer and someone who was involved in a lot of different things, but was still seemed like a really humble, cool guy. And I've always heard really awesome stories about him. I actually discovered him because I was really big into skateboarding growing up. Before I even ever started racing or anything like that, I was big action sports, snowboarding, skateboarding, whatever. So I always watched Rob Dyrdek, Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, all that stuff. So that's how I discovered Ken Block, was through DC, because he was one of the founders of that. And then I started following his career, and then he started, creating these Gymkhana videos and all that stuff. And then as I was getting into motorsports, he was a big part of that, because he's a wheelman. There's no other way to describe it. His car control is incredible. The things he literally would just do tricks with cars, people were doing tricks, skateboarding and snowboarding, and he was doing these huge stunts, and pushing the limits of car. And that's what it's all about. To us as a race car drivers, like how fast can I go without wrecking? And for him, it's, how close can I get to this object drifting without hitting it or whatever. So it was just really cool what he's done in motorsports, the car community, and in other action sports. And that was just such a horrible accident to hear about. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I'm one of many who looked up to him. So there's a lot of people who are definitely upset about such tragic news.
I think it's awesome that somebody else, especially in the motorsports world, found out about him through skateboarding. It's the same exact way that I found out about him. I was a big DC shoe guy. It was that and Adios. That's what I wore growing up. So yeah, his fluidity in whatever he did was probably the most inspiring thing with him. Like the fact that he was the definition of think it, do it, and feel it. Like, and that was what I feel like gave him the ability to do the things that he did. Like he had nothing in the way. There was nothing blocking him. So it sucks to see him gone at only 55 years old. And we think about that now, and it's especially in today's time, that's not old at all, especially with all the technology we have. But I look at it in a good way, because I feel like he did go and pass doing something that he would have probably been doing any other day. And so you got to feel that he went away doing what he loved doing at the end of the day. And then that's the beauty of the life experience and the death experience. So he's going to be missed a hell of a lot. I'll tell you that. And just the amazing things that he brought to the world and to the culture are going to be around for so long. I mean, my cousin just got a pair of DCs for Christmas, and I didn't even know they still had DCs. And I was like, holy shit, like they still make these shoes. Like, so yeah, incredible human being. I'll say that. You ready for Wilman Wagers? It's kind of tough going from talking.
Yeah,
about
I know.
Yeah. How do we transition?
Yeah,
we'll cut.
I mean, I'm gonna be
We'll
honest. Like, yeah, no hold back. But yeah, it's just shout out to him dedicating this show to that at that point. All right, so from here, let's get ready to do our own action right now in memory of Ken. It's Wilman Wagers. And we're going to have Anthony, who is has admitted that he is not the most avid I guess ball sports guy. However, we're going to take the energy from that, from the not knowing, and see if we can convert it to a 3-0. You would be the first NASCAR driver or driver in general that's been on our show that would go 3-0. So let's see if you can do that, and let's see where the powers that be lie. So now that I had to do that transition, I'm going to turn it over to Dale to let him start off Wilman Wagers, and we're going to kick it and rock it, and let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you got it in you to make the bets.
All right, Anthony. First game, we're going to look at the NBA. We haven't done a basketball game in quite some time. You are a Northeast United States guy. We have the Boston Celtics at the Dallas Mavericks. The Boston Celtics are 3-point favorites. They are minus 145 to win, and the Mavericks are plus 125 to win. What are you thinking? I know it's not your hometown NBA team, but Celtics pretty damn good this year. Mavericks also pretty damn good this year. Great matchup. Hits sort of close to home. Take a wild guess at what you think. Who's going to win?
Yeah, I mean, that's New England State. I mean, I'll go with the Celtics just for that. It's closer to home. They're not looking like statistically they should win this game, and I'm always pulling for the underdogs or to pull through. So I don't know, two good teams, but like you said, if they're down, I'm comfortable stepping out on a limb here and maybe making that the trend for these 3 picks.
Well, here, real quick,
we can clutch 3 underdog dubs.
The Celtics are not the underdog here, actually. They're the favorites.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll still go with them just because it's closest to home.
There you go. Boston Celtics. Let's do it.
All right. So forget that whole trend spiel, but need them to clutch up here. We need to go 3-0. I'm ready. This is all luck and guessing.
All right.
We're gonna
start
Celtics
this now.
Money line. I just need you to say, I'm gonna make bets. Just
I'm making bets right now, baby.
One more time.
Let's go. One more time.
Why again?
Just because.
What are you doing with your hand?
I'm just saying I'm making bets.
I'm making bets.
All right. Let's
That's
go
enough.
to the second one here. We got the Celtics locked in now. It's time for our next one. We've never done this on Willman Wagers before. Okay. Are we ready? Darts. Let's talk about darts. We never talk about darts. It's the Modus Super Series from the United Kingdom. And on Thursday night, January the 5th, Adam Mold, Robert Thornton are going head to head in darts. Money line plus 125 for Adam Mold and minus 165 for Robert Thornton. Who are we going with to win darts?
So who's the underdog here? Adam
Mold, not mold like carpet mold, like mould mold.
Oh, like mold.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Adam. Yeah. There's no
Adam. My name starts with an A. His starts with an A.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. If we're guessing, that's a good way to do it. I like it. I like the way we're guessing here, because I would do the same thing if I wasn't, which I don't know anything about darts.
Yeah. So here's the trend. We got personal interests. Okay. So we got the Northeastern team. We got the underdog with A for his first initial. I'm curious to see where this last pick comes from.
All right. So we are going to do, we're heading back to the NFL. And before I get into the pick, I do just want to say all thoughts and prayers to DeMar Hamlin. Super, super scary incident with the Buffalo Bills the other night. That was very, very tough to watch. But I do want to talk about the Jets and the Dolphins, Anthony. The Jets are a 1-point favorite here. It's like the most insignificant game ever. Both teams are eliminated from the playoffs. Dolphins are at home, and they are the underdog. Where we lean with the New York Jets, hits somewhat close to home, and the Miami Dolphins.
I'm not a huge. I'm going with the Jets.
Oh, Chase is telling you to the Dolphins too.
You picked the goddamn Jets. You remember that, Big Daddy?
Huh?
The goddamn Jets from Big Daddy?
Dude, I was born in New York, so I got to pick it to stick with my whole trend here.
You were forever a Jets fan in my mind.
I mean, I've gone to some games because my uncle and my cousins are diehard, but I've never been a huge fan. I was always like a Pats fan, but in this game, I'll go with the birth state.
All right, so we're gonna lock up the Jets. We'll do the money line right there. We're trying to go 3-0. I guess it really doesn't make that much. You could push if you did -1. We'll take the money line with you there, Anthony. I think we're going 3-0. We tell every driver that, but Anthony, I feel
it'd be really funny if I was the first to go 3-0, considering I know nothing about like sports stats and can make an accurate.
I think you will. I think that this has the potential to do that just because of that fact, except for the Jets pick. I don't know. I hope so. Robert Saleh, big defense guy.
We're gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right. Look, I'm gonna shift my focus.
Anytime
I see a
W
home team
of the
as an
season
underdog,
inbound.
Let's get it. I'm excited. I like the positive energy.
Right.
Confident
Jets.
on the track. Confident at the sports book.
I gotta be a Jets better this week. All right, I'm doing it. I'm all in. I'm all in with it. So there's your bets. That is Willman Wagers. This was probably the most awkwardly funny Willman Wagers I think we've ever done on this show this season so far. And it could have been with anybody better, but our guy Anthony Alfredo. Dude, Anthony, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been fun. We're gonna send you a photo to hang on your wall. We'll have to get something there. Just let me come over to Expo marker and draw something. Like, that's the way.
We could draw something right here. I like that idea.
Just get a little Expo board. Dude, I'm telling you, Expo boards are the way. I got an Expo board at the International Chase Station. I'm still awaiting my fiber internet right now, which is why I'm sitting on this beautiful old couch from 1970. But yeah, it's gonna be fun and get an Expo board. Let's get bets and ready for Daytona. Ready to see you again. It's gonna be fun. This has been what come again?
I said same here. Now it's awkward because it wasn't anything important.
No, but this will be important. Anthony,
we love that delay. We love that Zoom delay.
Where can everyone follow you?
Everyone can follow me at Anthony Alfredo on pretty much all social medias, Twitch and Facebook, or Anthony Alfredo Racing. TikTok's Anthony_Alfredo. I think that's it. Everything else
TikTok
is just my name.
lit. TikTok is lit, by the way.
Yeah,
we love the TikTok.
I've loved watching your TikToks recently because I mean you keep it rolling. You got the funk drift music on one of the TikToks I saw recently, which I thought was great. I mean you're throwing Oliver Tree in there while you're on the sim rig, dude. I mean music's a big thing for me. You know that. So you're busting it down. I love it. So go follow Anthony on TikTok if you're not doing that yet, and everywhere else that you can follow people that say things and do things. This has been Garage Talk. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Go tell Anthony's picks. We're making money. We'll see you later.